fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me. Guess what? Today is gift card giveaway. Yesterday we visited Nawa, an Asian cuisine restaurant located at the Landing, and I tried some of their yummy items. Now today you can too. A lucky viewer has a chance to win a $50 gift card to Nawa. That's exciting, right? It could be you. Just head over to our Facebook or Instagram page at Living Local 15 to enter. And don't miss your chance to try out this fine dining. Coming up on today's show, we have some tips on how to stay committed to working out over the holiday season, and I take you inside of the annual Mixology Competition here in Fort Wayne. That and more after a short break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
I am at the Mixology Competition by the Science Central, and basically this competition brings all the best bartenders from 10 different restaurants, and they compete for their chance to be Mixologist champion. And this year the theme is Candyland, and they have a challenge. They are assigned 2 liquors and they have to make custom cocktails. So I'm going to take you inside of this event. Let's go. All right, I'm here talking to Chantel, who's a mixologist and competitor in this competition. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm doing great. I'm not Chantel though tonight. I am Princess Lollipop this evening.
Oh, okay.
If you couldn't tell.
Yes, I love it. You're fully in theme.
Yes, absolutely. So tonight I have a couple cocktails that we are making. This one specifically is going to be called As Sweet as Cotton Candy, which is a lollipop flavor from the Dum Dums, if you are familiar. For the liquor, I received a Remy Martin 1738, which is just champagne cognac. I did go ahead and pair that with a Bacardi rum, which is just a white rum. I just thought that it would pair nicely. And then I actually made a cotton candy syrup from scratch. And then part of the competition is to tie in a Real syrup or a Finest Call syrup, which is our sponsor. So I actually chose tonight to do a Kiwi Real syrup. That I feel like does tie out the cotton candy flavor in my syrup really well. But it did bring it out a little bit more sweetness than I would prefer. So I did tone it down with a little bit of lemon juice. And then to tie everything together, I did use a cherry bark bitter tonight as well. But it is as sweet as cotton candy.
Yes,
so
it is.
It is wonderful.
It's wonderful and so tasty. And congratulations for making these yummy drinks, and good luck in the competition today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good night too.
Hey guys, so we're with our friend Tristan. You all remember him from the club room, and he is competing in this mixology competition. Tristan, how you doing?
Not too bad. Happy to be here.
Yes. So you were assigned tequila,
correct,
which is the best liquor, honestly.
Right. We're back to tequila.
Right, back to tequila. So tell me about the concoctions that you made.
So both of them are tequila based. One's a silver, one's a reposado. The one here is a caramel apple martini. It has caramel, apple puree, lemon juice, agave, shaken with a little caramel and sugar rim.
Give this one a taste.
That one's been a fan favorite, yeah.
Yes, the caramel apple spin on it. Okay, tell me about your next one.
So this is a gumdrop highball. It's going to be reposado, lemon juice, soda water, vanilla, and peach. Okay.
Got that. Woohoo. This one looks real creative. Look at that. Okay, so tell me, how has this experience been competing?
Oh, it's been fantastic. The Science Central group has been great too. Anything we've needed, they've been very hands-on. There's a couple people running around, and every 10 minutes, they're like, "Hey, do you need something? Are you good?" So it's been fantastic.
Yes.
And it's just like working a shift. I mean, I'm cranking out drinks to people, talking about my drinks. I mean, it's liquor. It's my passion.
It's your passion. That's wonderful. Well, good luck in the competition.
Thank you. Yes, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you too.
Thank you.
As you can see, a competition just finished and the judges are deliberating. I'm going to talk to them and see what they're thinking about. Hello.
How are you?
Good. Okay, so tell me, what are you doing right now? You just tasted it. What are you judging?
We are judging for name, balance, theme, taste, originality, and presentation.
Okay.
And they're ranked at a 10 or 20 points, and right now the presentation just finished up, so we're kind of deliberating and scoring them right now.
Okay, deliberating and scoring. Is this the hardest job you've ever had in your life?
Honestly, yeah, it's definitely a lot harder than hockey. I'll tell you that. You know, not exactly sure what we're doing here or if I'm qualified, but we're having a great time.
You're having a great time.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And what do you think of just this cocktail that was just made?
It lives up to its name. It's definitely a caramel apple, and it's a delicious one.
It's a delicious one. Okay, wonderful. And then I'm gonna go down here. And tell me, how long do you all get to taste and decide on who the winner is?
I think pretty much they have their 5 minutes to pitch us and give us the drink, and we've kind of got that 5 minutes for each contestant to make our decision.
All right, wonderful. Well, I'll let you all get to deliberating. Important business is happening here at the Mixology Competition. I am now joined by Martin Fisher, who is the Executive Director here at the Science Center. Hi, Martin.
Hi there. I'm so glad that you're here joining us for Mixology.
Yes, I'm excited to be here because this event looks so cool, and you all have been doing it for many years. And so tell us about this Mixology competition.
Sure. This is our main fundraiser of the year called Mixology. We have many bartenders, mixologists from the city, from the restaurant. They come here and they compete. They compete for the prize of we're the best at whatever the mixed drink is that they happen to create. They tie it in with a theme, and this year's theme is the game Candyland.
Candyland, Candyland. As we can see here, we have the nice candy drinks being mixed up. Everyone is dressed in their attire and all about the business. So I love that so much. So tell me, you partner with so many different restaurants while you're out here. Tell me more about that.
Sure. Boy, I've lost count how many of the restaurants that are here, but we've got all of the main ones from the city. Baker Street is here, and Hoppy Gnome is here. I mean, the list is on and on and on. What's fun is, as you can even see behind us, the mixologists, they're getting into the theme by putting on the costumes, putting on the outfits. A lot of our visitors are as well. As I've been walking around tonight, I have seen some of the coolest costumes that are with that theme of Candyland. Now, I was trying to decide, should I wear a tie with a candy theme? But I decided, I don't know if you can see that. Zoom in.
Love that.
I've got my martini glasses tied to go in with Mixology.
That's amazing.
So now I feel cool.
Yes, that is so cool. And you're totally in theme. And so thanks for having us out, and we're going to enjoy the night.
Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
This segment sponsored by Pure Barre. With holiday season approaching, it's so important for us to stay in shape. So in studio today, we have our friend Blair from Pure Barre Fitness Studio back joining us. How are you doing?
I'm great, Jessica. How are you?
Doing great, thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, so first and foremost, for those who have not heard of Pure Barre, give us a little information about it.
Yes, so Pure Barre is a low-impact, high-intensity workout. So we're all about small isometric movements. The small isometric movements are really going to fatigue every muscle group to its most fatigue point, which is going to spike that heart rate. And then through a series of stretching, we will kind of elongate the muscle groups, which builds toning in the body, also allows that heart rate to come down. That ebb and flow of the way that our class is designed brings in that high intensity aspect.
Yes, and if you all did not see, I took one of Blair's classes and it was so amazing. I mean, we were putting in that work and you know, I felt good after.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like the movement really did isolate areas of my body and I felt that. So Yeah, it works.
Well, you did wonderful.
Thank you.
You did a really good job.
Trying to keep up with you guys.
But yeah, so basically, after class, I always tell, how do you feel? Because you should never really feel out of breath. The whole point is, to get to isolate and fatigue, but without losing breath.
Yeah.
And I believe that the way that we incorporate the stretches throughout class and the one at the very end to really just calm everything down, allow your heart rate to drop, allows you to leave the studio just feeling refreshed, but energized and like you've done something.
Right, and not too sore,
yeah,
which
exactly.
is good. So with the holiday season approaching, I know that we battle with, okay, how much should we eat? How should I start to do fitness, routines or workouts to try to balance that? So what tips would you give to us?
Yeah, the biggest tip I would say is scheduling your workout routine.
Okay.
At Pure Barre, we have 50-minute classes, 50 minutes out of your day. Do something for yourself.
Okay.
So many times I think we hear or we're aware, experiencing it ourselves that we're stressed during the holiday season. 50 minutes, release those endorphins, feel good about yourself. If you schedule it and build it in as part of a routine, that's gonna help you get through the holiday season.
Okay. And that holds you accountable, right?
Absolutely.
So if you book it, put it on your calendar, pay for it, you're like, I have to go to it.
Exactly.
So yes, okay, I love that.
Yeah, I would say that's number one in my personal opinion, and what I think a lot of other fitness instructors would, also speak to. But also with the holiday season comes, gatherings and desserts and indulging in all the good stuff. All the good stuff. And I think that provides a healthy balance where you feel like, if you're getting movement into your day, you can balance out some of those treats and indulgences that you're going to have throughout the holiday season.
Yes, yes. And so do you recommend moving earlier in the day, like getting up and start moving, or what about in the afternoon? What is the best time of day to move?
I think it's really dependent on the person. I am an early riser, so I like to wake up, I like to get my workout done because I think it sets the tone for the rest of the day.
Yes.
I also find if you wake up and you get your workout done, you have less excuses to give yourself as to why you can't go later on in the day. However, everybody's schedule is different. Everybody's life's different. We have holiday things going on, kids' schools, personal life, families, what it may be.
Yes.
Find that time, schedule it, and hold yourself accountable to get to that class. So whether it's, one day it's early morning, one day it's the evening, whatever it may be, just owe it to yourself. Show up, do the work, because you're not going to regret it.
Absolutely. And what about the frequency? How frequent should one take the class?
Yeah, well, again, I think that's kind of dependent on schedules, but I would say 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. It's 50 minutes. Let's get you in there. Use that time as your escape for you. You don't have to, think about what you're doing. We're going to provide that for you.
Yeah.
Turn off your mind. Take the class, relax, de-stress. So 2 to 3 times a week is probably going to be the best for you, but movement in general is what that healthy balance is all about.
Yes, yes. And I think you're right that consistency is where people see results.
Yes,
because you
absolutely.
can't take one class and think, ooh,
no,
my whole body is going to change.
Exactly. Yeah, the routine, build a routine now. And I think so many of us get through the holiday season and we start to think about New Year's resolutions. Why not get ahead of it now? Start to build that routine. So after the holidays, when you're all excited about, new year, new me, new goals, you already have that routine in place. You have some sort of consistency, and then see where you can go from there.
Yeah, take it up a level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, good. Okay, so share with us what your hours are and what's the best way for people to book classes?
Yeah, so best way to book classes is to really go to our website, find us on social media. We have a link to take a free class with us. So if you're looking for something, try us out. And then really our hours kind of vary. We're open 7 days a week. We've got your early morning classes. We've got your mid-morning, your afternoon, as well as evening. And if you're a weekend worker outer, we got it for the weekend as well.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Blair, for coming in and sharing those tips and tricks. And you guys heard it. If you want to check out the Pure Barre class, why wait? They offer a free session. So we'll have their website listed below. Check it out, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Pure Barre. This segment sponsored by Peterman Brothers. Where great service runs in the family. Back with us today, we have the Peterman Brothers, and they're going to share all things heating, cooling, and plumbing. Hi, Chad.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yes. So first off, share with us more about the Peterman Brothers and all the services that you have to offer the community.
Absolutely. So Peterman Brothers was started in 1986 by my dad. Still family owned and operated. My dad's since retired, and now myself and my brother have the good fortune of running the company with an amazing team. And we focus primarily on residential service that relates to your heating system, your cooling system, and your plumbing system. So newer here to the Fort Wayne area. We've been here for about a year now. Excited to be part of the community and looking forward to continuing to grow here in Fort Wayne.
That's so awesome. And you offer 6 different locations throughout Indiana. What are your other locations?
Yeah, so we also have locations. We have our primary location in Indianapolis. We also have a location in Lafayette, Indiana, Muncie, obviously here in Fort Wayne, and then Bloomington, and then Columbus, Indiana as well.
Wow, that's awesome. So you have a good widespread of offering your services, which we discussed, which is plumbing, heating, and cooling. And right now with the temperature getting colder and colder and that switchover, heating is so important. So how can people have preventative maintenance when it comes to their heating system?
Yeah, absolutely. I you know, always October, November timeframe is when we start really talking about that preventative maintenance that people need to have on their system. Oftentimes we'll compare your furnace to your car. You know, you would never not go without an oil change in your car. A furnace is very similar in the fact that, you know, it's a mechanical piece of equipment. We want to make sure that everything, each part and piece within that furnace is functioning properly, mainly so that you don't have the misfortune of not having any heat, typically, as we all can relate, on the coldest day of the year. So that is what we like to get out there and do for customers, is to do a once-over on the system. Again, make any recommendations for comfort. You know, here in Indiana, those dry winter days are something we're all familiar with. So, you know, sometimes a humidifier added to the system can make it a little bit more comfortable in the home, and just other things that can help, you know, make sure that your home is somewhere you enjoy going and not that frigid, cold place that, you know, everyone complains about.
Right. And as it gets colder and the water comes out colder and sometimes freezes, and that can cause your pipes to bust.
Absolutely.
And that is like probably one of the most dreaded things if you wake up and there's just water everywhere. So how can people do preventative maintenance, and what ways and what services do you offer to help with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have what we call a plumbing inspection, safety inspection, if you will, where we're going to have a plumber go through your entire plumbing system to make sure that everything is, again, there aren't any with plumbing. It's more so, could there be an issue there? From what we're seeing, is there, you know, any sort of issue with the piping? Is it older and could potentially, you know, burst in the colder temperatures? We're also looking at things like making sure you got your hoses disconnected. If you've got a sink on an outside wall, typically we see these in the kitchen. And what we want to do there is just make a quick reminder of when it gets really cold, like down near zero, what you'll want to do is open up the cabinets on your kitchen, underneath your kitchen sink, to allow the heat in there because of those pipes being on the outside wall, they're more apt to freeze rather than ones inside. Yeah.
Okay, to let the heat in. And what about the whole dripping tip? Let the water drip.
Yeah, so that's a great one. So that would be something else that we would remind you of. A big philosophy with the company, and something we took from my dad when he started, was education of your system to the customer, and making sure that you know all the ins and outs. Letting the water drip is another one. Typically don't have to worry about this until it gets really cold. And when it gets really cold, yeah, it's always nice to have a constant flow of water. So if you think about when you have your faucet shut off, you've just got water sitting in those lines, as opposed to if you just let it drip, especially for those exterior lines that may be feeding a kitchen faucet or, you know, a bathtub or something like that, depending on how your house is set up. It's always nice to have that water running through there, because running water is a lot more difficult to freeze than if it's just sitting there.
Okay, that's so good. So if anyone is interested in your services, I mean, from needing the furnace check-in, from needing a new air conditioner, or needing that plumbing inspection, how can people contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, obviously the typical one of just Googling us, but our website is petermanbros.com. So you can go there. You can book online now. So that's a new feature that we just recently added. So you can, you know, be sitting there watching TV and book your appointment right there without ever talking to somebody. And then obviously if you want to talk to somebody and maybe need to explain a few things, feel free to give us a call. We answer the phones 24 hours a day, and are always there to make sure that we can get a technician out there to help you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chad, for providing that information. And as you heard it, instant access 24/7. If you need any type of plumbing, heating, or cooling services, you know who to call. We'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Peterman Brothers. Well, that's our show for today. Don't forget to enter into our gift card giveaway happening now, and it's so easy to enter. Just head over to our Facebook or Instagram page to learn how. And remember, gratitude is the source of happiness, so let's make it a wonderful day. And I'll see you here tomorrow.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.